For many people, the bass guitarist is dead weight in any band, the foolish-looking pariah of the stage, off to the side playing just one note, as the super-cool guitarist and the flawless frontman make all the real music. This misconception about bass guitarists is all too common, and one which must be quickly dismantled. We live in a world where the great guitarists can be measured by the hundreds, and the great bassists by a list of 10. Bass players are cool. This is a fact. Ever since its invention in 1951, the bass guitar has been the subject of much ridicule and stereotype, often seen as the instrument who went to the failure of the band, who chose to smash up his guitar rather than learn the chords necessary to play it. The bass guitar is often shoved low into the mixes on CDs and far into the background to only be heard as a thump, while the bass guitarist himself is often shoved into the shadows on the stage. This is why I dream of a mythical world where bass guitarists and guitarists are remembered equally for their service to music, and one which the bass guitar isn't remembered only for playing the transitional music in Seinfeld. The bass guitar is by no means some meager fallback instrument for someone who failed guitar. No. The bass guitar is an equally challenging instrument with shoulder-breaking weights, power-line strings that rip your hands to shreds, an average neck length exceeding 3 feet, and farther-spaced strings which demand ye to be quick. But still, these two instruments aren't as different as the public makes them out to be. They each have a neck, strings, pickups, bridge, and a funny little headstock at the top. And they are both lovely. It is not incorrect by any means to say the bass guitar is just as capable and versatile as its 6-string counterpart. They can both shred, have multiple ridiculous necks, and can both be used for the most amazing and the most terrible things. In my life, the bass guitar will always hold a very special place. The first instrument I discovered you could level houses with. An instrument of interesting character that most people only feel but never really hear. At first, I only took great offense to the morons in the comment sections and in real life who mocked the bass guitar. But then, I learned to use the bass guitar's insufferable reputation to my own advantage. Because out of all the satisfying sensations on earth, from pulling the handbrake to killing a wasp, proving people wrong in a pleasant way, and while looking cool doing it, is one of the best. For any jam session I ever go to, alongside my reliable Stratocaster, I always bring out the bass guitar first. Because just as the others turn their heads with a smirk that says, "Oh, a bassist, this should be typical," only to quickly shatter their prejudice against the instrument in seconds as they struggle to keep up with the result of what happens when you give a lead guitarist a bass guitar. I believe someday that bass guitarists can be much more appreciated in the music world and be more recognized for the catchy bass lines they've been making for decades, and where choosing bass over a guitar is not seen as cowardice or submission to those who cannot play. Though the number is few, there are others who feel the same way, whom I am very thankful to call my bandmates. Friends whom I don't have to overcompensate and show off for because they don't look down on the bass guitar and those cool enough to play it. Music is something we can all enjoy, and something we can all play if determined to do so. The bass guitar always has, and always will, play an important part in music and in my own life.